I am uh, Dr. J, founder of JoyScore, and I have our guest uh, who is going to talk about gratitude. So, Colleen, go ahead and give us your brief introduction.
My name is Colleen, and I am a yoga and meditation teacher. And my goal really is throughout all my teachings is to help bring other people back home to themselves. And that's why I wanted to talk about gratitude today, because it's one of the the tools that I like to teach and give my students to benefit themselves and to bring more joy into their lives through gratitude.
Nice. So, how do you think people could start doing that? What do they need to do to get started on?
I think that gratitude is such a simple practice. It really is something you don't need much to practice gratitude. Um, we can practice gratitude, which I find is the most beneficial way is to actually to write it down and to put it into words. So it's easy to think what you're grateful for in your mind, but it's also wonderful to actually speak it out loud to another person or to write it down. And
So, yeah, that's very good. And also, I realize that years ago, someone asked me if I count my blessings.
Mhm.
I said, not really. He said, oh my God, uh, that is something very important, and you need to do it every day.
Mhm.
I said, why? He said, that is something which can bring you a lot of joy
Mhm.
to realize
Mhm.
that you have a lot of blessings in your life, because we often only focus on negativity. We
Yes.
focus on what went wrong, who did what, and how they crossed you in traffic or said something negative to you, and you focus on it and think about it all day, instead of
Mhm.
realizing, well, what about all the other things or the positive things or the good things which were happening to
Mhm.
you? What happened to those? So,
Mhm.
um, when I started counting my blessings, I realized that every day of my life is blessed. I'm
Yes.
so blessed that I am better than most of the people in this world. I'm happier than most of the people in this world. Uh, Mostly the good things happen to me. Hardly anything negative happens to me. So I really should be very happy and feeling blessed all day long.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
then I have realized that I am at the top of my joy score scale, because my life is blessed.
Mhm.
And somebody
Exactly.
was asking me, so how is everything going for you? I said, I can't tell you how good it is, because I don't think it can get any better. Because if it if it did get any better, I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So that is the sign of learning to count your blessings and recognize uh, that you can have gratitude.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that when you have gratitude and appreciate things, you realize that you also have the responsibility of saying nicer things to others and show gratitude toward
Mhm.
them. So you not only
Mhm.
feel good about yourself, but you also make other people feel good about you.
Yes.
So it's like the gratitude, if it's something positive, you benefit from it and others benefit from it and
Hmm.
everybody benefits from it.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of gratitude.
Hmm.
It's like we often forget to count our blessings and we often forget to greet people and appreciate how good they are to us.
Yeah. I think a lot of us take a lot of things for granted.
Right,
You know,
right, right,
we definitely do. You know, a
right,
lot of
right.
us, even if we aren't, the happiest person in the world, we still have a lot to be grateful for. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely,
if you've got a bed,
absolutely.
if you have food on your plate that you can eat, then you
Right,
are more well off than a lot of people
right.
in this world. And it really puts things into perspective when we start feeling grateful for the small things, like having your dinner, like being able to sleep in a bed each night, having a roof over your head. And it really
And
changes the way you see your life and the way you think.
well, what you just said is like appreciating some of the smallest basic
Hmm.
things
Hmm.
that you have in your life. And instead of taking anything for granted,
Hmm.
you value and appreciate everything you have, no matter how small it is.
Yeah.
And then you realize that, look, there is so much you can appreciate,
Hmm.
and then there's so much you can be grateful for
Hmm.
and help others with.
Yeah.
So your whole life changes is perspective,
Hmm.
where you appreciate everything you have in your life and then you help everybody else get what they want in their life.
Hmm.
And your life becomes about appreciating and giving.
Yeah.
Because what people get the most joy in their life is from helping others
Hmm.
and the gratitude they have. And
Hmm.
those are the most powerful things to have in life.
Hmm. I think when we practice gratitude, it brings out that kindness in us as well. You know,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
really start to cultivate that feeling of appreciation. And I think this is where a lot of people trip up with a gratitude practice. Is it's so easy just to write down something like, "Oh, today I'm grateful for blue skies," but not actually tap into that feeling of appreciation. So it's really better to, when we're practicing these gratitude lists, or you're saying it to someone, to actually feel that appreciation in that moment.
right. Absolutely. I think that is so true. So I think um, that's again a positive and a kind activity which just brings a lot of positiveness and kindness in you.
Mhm. And one thing that I done, which I found really helpful if you are struggling to stick at a gratitude practice, is having like like a gratitude kind of buddy. So me and my closest friend, we decided that every day we would text at 9 o'clock three things we're grateful for every single day, and that way you are kind of you don't have an excuse not to do it because you're held responsible. And it's a really, I don't know where I heard it from, but I was like, I'm going to take that. That is a really good practice. So if you're
You know,
struggling,
you
get
know
a
that
gratitude
that
day.
is Colleen, is an amazing idea, and it kind of uh, says to me that everybody should do that with a friend, where
Mhm.
it becomes like a buddy system.
Mhm.
You know, because what are friends for if we can't help each other?
Exactly.
And then on top of that, it just gave me another idea, which is that whenever you're feeling, for whatever reason, a little bit down,
Mhm.
immediately you should say, okay, I don't want to dwell there. What am I grateful for? That's
Mhm.
what I want to focus on,
Yes.
because I don't have time for this negativity,
Mhm.
because
And
I
with
know I'm feeling a little down, but I know I'm not supposed to, because I have so much to be grateful for.
mhm. Totally. I think as well, some
Yeah,
days we will have days where something, life happens, bad
right,
things happen in life,
right,
and we can still find even the tiniest thing
right.
that we're grateful for. It might simply be a stranger smiling at you. It
Yeah,
might it might be, like I say, blue skies. That's something that I use often. But just finding even the smallest thing can
you
bring
know,
that moment
yeah,
of positivity.
yeah. So this was a very inspiring podcast, Elaine. You had very good ideas, and I think if our audience can even take less than half of what you said as ideas, they could be always, forever, be in joyful space.
Mhm.
They-